listeners, this is Puduvai Vani 107.8 MHz, Pondicherry University's community radio station. Welcome to the program of National Science Day Competition 2013. National Science Day Competition 2013 for school students was conducted by Puduvai Vani 107.8 MHz in collaboration with Puducherry Council for Science and Technology. Today, we are going to listen to a part of the competition carried out for National Science Day 2013. Listeners, an exciting weekly SMS competition is waiting for you at the end of this program. Answer to an easy science-related question and you can win cash prize for yourself. So listeners, now we can listen to a talk delivered by M. Durga Devi from class of 7, Mahatma Gandhi Government Middle School.
Today I am come here to give a short speech about genetically modified crops and food security. In recent years, the affordability and availability of food has come under unprecedented. Genetically modified crops as playing a big part in helping solve this problem. What does genetically modified mean? Genetic modification is a technology that material from completely unrelated organisms into a plant or animal in order to give the organisms desirable future such as higher yields, greater pest resistance or better growth. Concerns about genetically modified can be put into three main groups: health, the environment, commercial, and they are brought to the market. The last group, the commercialization of genetically modified, is not so much the technology but more a concern about who benefit from it. Most genetically modified plants are generated by the biologistic method. Scientists first discovered that DNA can transfer between organisms in 1943. The genetically modified plant was produced in 1983 using an antibiotic-resistant tobacco plant. Currently, there are several genetically modified plants are generated by the biologistic method. Currently, there are several genetically modified crops that are food sources. In most cases, crops that have been genetically modified is not so much the technology but more a concern about who benefit from it. Papaya has been genetically modified to resist to ring spot virus. Human-grade corn can be processed into grits, meals, and flour through genetical modification. Most vegetable oil are used in the US is produced from several crops, including the genetically modified crops canola, corn, cotton, and soya beans. Vegetable oil is sold directly to consumers as cooking oil, shortening and majoring, and is used in prepared food. To conclude, from Old Vision, Australia, the bottom line is not a choice between conventional crops but between sustainable and unsustainable farming practices. However, in an increasingly hot and hungry world, genetically modified technology should not be ruled out. Thank you very much.
We have another talk presented by M. Pavitra from class of 7, Mahatma Gandhi Government Middle School.
Genetically modified crop and food security. What is genetically modified food? Food derived from genetically modified organism is called genetically modified food. Due to decrease in the natural food crops and vegetable production, it is become essential to go in for genetically modified food to solve the deficit in the food production due to specific changes introduced into the DNA by genetic engineering. The stable changes are made in the crops. Commercial sale of genetically modified food began in 1994 when Corgin first marketed the delayed ripening tomato. The other products are soya bean, corn, cotton seed oil. The genetically modified food crops are for faster growth, resistance resistance to pathogen, extra nutrients and other beneficial changes. But recent scientific statements are against genetically modified food. It poses great risk to human health than conventional as food. The bad effects are not yet been proved, but however anything against natural will lead to harm to human beings. Currently, there are many genetically modified crops that are food sources. In some cases, that product is directly consumed as food, but in most cases, crops that have been genetically modified are sold as commodities which are further processed into food ingredients. To conclude, in future, if the population increases, the genetically modified food is necessary. In all cases, there is good and bad. So let us think of good and set up towards glorious future. Thank you very much.
Listeners, it's time yet for a song sung by Sunetra SV, Supriya Varshini U, Yuva Rani AS, Udit Narayan RB from class of 11, Shri Sankara Vidyalaya School.
Genetically modified crops, let's shower love on beautiful crops. Genetically modified crops are the wonderful crops whose genetic material has been modified. Higher growth yields, spread of super weeds, spread of super maize, spread of pesticide is needed. Farmers have more income, na 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 na. Taste of food, quality of food, smell of food, size of food, less processing in factories, less factory additives needed. More crops last longer. Development of new medicines, yeah. Let's sing a song on genetically modified crops. Let's shower love on beautiful crops. Genetically modified crops are the wonderful crops whose genetic material has been modified. Less starvation, decreased food prices, more nutritious, new superfoods, less cost of foods, reduced energy, needs to produce GMO crops. Natural taste, GMO helps, plant breeding, very healthy, less manure is needed. Less factory additives needed. GMO crops last longer. Development of new medicines, yeah. Let's sing a song on genetically modified crops. Let's shower love on beautiful crops. Genetically modified crops are the wonderful crops whose genetic material has been modified. GMO, modified crops. GMO are nutritious, less cost of food and starvation, save the life of poor people. Na 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 na. Let's sing a song on genetically modified crops. Let's shower love on beautiful crops. Genetically modified crops are the wonderful crops whose genetic material has been modified. Let's sing a song on genetically modified crops. Let's shower love on beautiful crops. Genetically modified crops are the wonderful crops whose genetic material has been modified. Let's sing a song on genetically modified crops. Let's shower love on beautiful crops. Genetically modified crops are the wonderful crops whose genetic material has been modified.
Listeners, we can now listen to another extempore talk delivered by Bismi S. Maheen, Class 8 of Vidya Niketan High School.
My topic is proteins. Vitamins, minerals, proteins play an important role in our day-to-day life, in growth of bones, muscles, our body, our tissues, our cells. The main important mineral is our protein, which helps in our growth. From age 5 to 18, we grow instantly. We grow day to day. Proteins play an important role in our daily life. Even our DNA is made up of 4 types of proteins. Proteins help in the growth of our bones, our muscles, our tissues, etc. Proteins are digested by the juice called bile, which is secreted by the liver, and it is digested in our stomach. Proteins also help in our growth of tissues to separate from each other, to dissect the cells and to grow. Growth is controlled by pituitary gland. Proteins is also a protein, vitamins and minerals. Calcium helps proteins to make our muscles grow very fast. Proteins are also helpful in the growth of our hands and our brains. Proteins which is secreted is from our DNA. 2 proteins divide and join with other two to form a new DNA. Thank you.
We have another extempore talk delivered by Shreya R of class 9 from Vidya Niketan High School.
Genetically modified crops are produced by artificial and deliberate means. We people eat genetically modified crops. Now, it's a growing issue in our country about genetically modified crops. What is it? They are made from transfer of genes from one plant to the another plant. Some of the advantages are they give more yield than the other plants. They are so healthier than the normal crops. They were more photosynthetic, efficient, and have a good nitrogen fixing ability. Genetically modified crops have been a potential to fill starving stomachs of the large population in our country. But the problem is the government has to send it for safety testing. It has to pass its policies and everything. There are many implications in it. But people should eat genetically modified foods with caution to avoid health problems because of their over enthusiasm. It becomes a problem to their health. When they are testing it in smaller organisms, they have got cancer, pituitary gland disorders, and etc. So there are more merits and demerits in genetically modified foods. When we buy genetically modified foods, we should check whether there is GM label. If it's there, we should check whether the person eating has some allergy to genetically modified foods. They are very useful to us, but we should be very careful in eating it. So genetically modified foods have been a good way for us.
Listeners, now we can listen to another talk delivered by T. Blessia Beauty from the class of 7, Mahatma Gandhi Government Middle School.
I'm going to talk about genetically modified crops and food security. GM crops can raise agricultural productivity and thus contribute to better food availability. Like any technology, GM crops are not a substitute but a complement to much needed institutional infrastructure improvement in developing countries. Some food companies have stopped using genetically modified crops as sources for their foods. Nearly 100% of the food we eat contain the genetic material DNA. Genetically modified crops contain 1 or 2 additional genes than either conventional or hybrid crops. Not all GM crops are grown as plants. Soil and underground water pollution continues to be a big problem in all parts of the world. Scientists have worked to develop a genetically modified crops. Example, wild rice. Scientists have added a gene to wild rice that makes it produce beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is needed by the humans in order to make vitamin A. The advantages of this golden rice are it is used in areas where vitamin A deficiency is common, so it can prevent night blindness. The disadvantages are fears that it will crossbreed with and contaminate wild rice, worries that GM crops might harm people, beta-carotene levels aren't high enough to make a difference, and GM organisms can be expensive. The other good example is tomatoes. Genetically modified tomatoes came onto the market on 1994 and they are the first genetically modified foods available to consumers. Advantages are that GM tomatoes can tolerate a lengthier travel time. This is one of the advantages for the farmers. Genetically modified foods that are derived from genetically modified organisms, specifically from genetically modified crops. In India, biotic cotton is the first and only genetically modified crops. First cultivator. Right now, genetically modified crops have made life a little bit easier for the nation's farmer who use them. Thank you.
We have yet another extempore talk delivered by Preetham K of class 8 from Maruti Matriculation Higher Secondary School.
proteins are necessary for the growth and cell maintenance of a person. Proteins are found in the cells also. Proteins are mainly synthesized by the ribosomes which are found inside the cell. Proteins are made up of smaller parts called amino acids, and these, when they combine together, form a bigger protein molecule. The deficiency of proteins in children is called kwashiorkor, and this disease causes the child to have an enlarged stomach or belly. This is a very dangerous and very worse disease for children. So proteins must be always in the diet which you eat. A balanced diet mainly consists of proteins also, as without proteins the cells will break down. Proteins are mainly important for the synthesis of other bigger protein molecules which only cause the repairing of tissues in our body. And also when the tissues get repaired and the tissues reproduce only, we gain height, and so we say that when we have proteins in our diet, we grow. Proteins are found in calcium containing substances, for example milk and its products. Proteins, for the absorption of proteins, vitamin D is necessary, and so when we consume proteins and vitamin D in our diet, then only we can ensure the intaking of proteins, otherwise the proteins won't be absorbed into our body. Thank you.
Well, listeners, it's time for some action, and now we present to you a drama enacted by Deepak Raj R, Reshma Amardalingam, Abhinaya M, Arun Kumar P, Mano Prasant M, Raj Aravind Ishwar J, from class of 8, Amalur Pavam Higher Secondary School.
Genetically modified crops and food security.
There is a city with agricultural lands. There exists a problem. Children in that city do not get proper nutrition. Shortage of dietary vitamin A is estimated to kill about 6,70,000 children under 5 each year. In that city, there are two farmers, namely Ramu and Velu. One day, they both are watching television. A program is going on about genetically modified crops.
Children in our city is not getting proper nutrition.
Yes, I'm also thinking about this. We want to do something.
Hey, Ramu, please come back. There's a program going on about GM crops in this channel.
Please wait, I will come back.
An anchor is interviewing two scientists who are genetic engineers.
Welcome to our show. Today we have got two scientists who are genetic engineers, Dr. Rocky.
Hi.
And Dr. Stella.
Hi.
Madam, please tell us clearly about GM crops.
Genetically modified crops or plants, the DNA of which has been modified using genetic engineering techniques, pest resistance and agents, causing harm to plants and to improve the growth of these plants to assist in farmers' efficiency. A genetically engineered plant is generated in a laboratory by altering its genetic makeup. This is usually done by adding one or more genes to a plant's genome using genetic engineering techniques.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Sir, what are all the benefits that the farmers will get by this?
GM crop provides pest resistance, genetic nutrition, improved taste, high yield, etc.
Thank you, sir. Madam, can you please tell us which GM crop will increase the nutrition content?
Rice. Surely rice. Rice plant can be modified in DNA to be herbicide resistant, pest resistant, increase grain size, generate nutrition, flavor, or even produce human protein.
Thank you, madam. Sir, please clear us which GM crop provides high yield or a longer shelf life.
Genetically modified tomato is a tomato that has gene modified using genetic engineering techniques. The first commercially used genetic food was a tomato to have longer shelf life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
On hearing this, Ramu and Velu filled with joy.
Ramu, have you heard it? GM crops provides these much benefits and mainly improved nutrition.
Yes, this is a problem in our city. If we try this, we can surely get a solution for our problem.
Yes.
Now, they have heard in TV that a GM rice provides increase in vitamin A, and they have tried it with rice.
I've heard that golden rice variety of rice produced through genetic engineering techniques, a precursor of vitamin A in the edible parts of rice. The research was conducted with the goal of producing a fortified food to be grown and consumed in areas of shortage of dietary vitamin A.
Yes, we have to produce the GM crop.
They produce that golden rice which is a GM crop.
Yes, we have produced the GM rice. We can now sell this in the market.
And also we must teach this to all other farmers to try this.
Yes.
They have sold the GM rice in the market, and they have also taught other farmers how to do this. And they have also told about this to the headman of the city.
So, we have just produced a GM rice and we have got a rice with increased in vitamin A.
Oh wow, that's a great thing. How you got this idea?
Children in our city are not getting proper nutrition, so we must do something for it. So just we tried and got success.
Yes, you both will surely awarded for your great work.
Thank you, sir.
Now, all the farmers in that city know how to produce GM crops. Now the problem in the city is solved, and all children got good nutrition and all of them are healthy. But the population in the city is going on increasing. The crops which are cultivated in that land is not enough for all the people in that city.
Ramu, have you noticed that the population of city is going on increasing? The crops which are cultivated in the land is not enough for all the people in the city. We have to produce another GM crop.
Then we have to produce another GM crop to get this problem solved.
I've heard that a GM tomato provides a improved taste, a longer shelf life and mainly high yield.
Then now we must try to produce a GM crop with tomato.
They have now produced a GM crop with tomato.
Yes, we have done it. We shall go and tell about this to a headman.
Now they are going to meet the headman.
Sir, we have produced another GM crop, a GM tomato, and we have got a high yield than our normal yield.
Oh, very good. You both have become a good GM crop producers. As I told before, you will surely be awarded.
Yes, they have got success in this GM crop also. Ramu and Velu have now become a good GM crop producers. At last, the city is filled with GM crops. And also, all the farmers who tried this have got success. And especially, Ramu and Velu have been awarded for their great attempt. Yes, all the farmers have got success in their attempt to improve, utilize and to get benefits with GM crops.
It's time to listen to yet another extempore talk delivered by M. Varsini from class of 7, Amalur Pavam Higher Secondary School.
Here, I am going to speak about the BT crops, that is, biotech crops. The first biotech crop introduced in India was the biotech cotton. It was introduced by a company in India named as Monsanto. They planned to produce other crop named as biotech brinjal. The advantages of these biotech crops were these crops cannot be rotten. It can be tolerant for some days. So it reduces the work of farmers to pluck it while it was green. So it will be easy for the farmers to send it for marketing areas. Disadvantages of the biotech crops were the biotech crops needs a lots of pesticides. For example, herbicide, a pesticide which will produce toxic proteins to eliminate the pest in the plants. The microorganisms in the plants is not as harmful as the pesticide, but we people are using the herbicide a lot, so we can reduce the usage of herbicides, so we can prevent the human beings and other organisms from danger.
Listeners, now we can listen to another talk delivered by E. Saundarya from class of 7, Amalur Pavam Higher Secondary School.
I am happy to be here, and now I am going to share my views on genetically modified crops and food security. Genetic engineering is an artificial transfer of genes from one species to another in plants or animals. This results in genetically modified organization. As a result, the genetic makeup or the genetic blueprint of the organization is completely and permanently altered. The object of modifying is to bring a certain functions, for instance in plants, producing toxic proteins to eliminate pests, developing agrochemicals like herbicides, etc. In simple words, it's about creating a new organisms by using molecular biology techniques which will otherwise not be found in nature. This is because the one might wonder what's wrong. Growing scientific evidence shows that GM crops are potential to human threat and natural biodiversity. Moreover, once released into environment, GMOs cannot be either traced or recalled. There is also the issue of corporate control by farming through biotech seed companies. Biotech seed companies such as Monsanto alter genes in natural organisms or life form like seeds and patent it. The farmers are compelled to buy their seeds and become dependent on them. Once dependent, the farmers are also have to use the associated products like herbicides, as in the case with Monsanto tolerant herbicides, thus helping the companies to make money from both its patent seeds and tolerant and trademark agrochemicals. By controlling agriculture, companies can control food, and in fact the whole political arena, especially in the agrarian areas like India. In India, BT cotton is the first and GM crops are commercially cultivated. It is the patent product of Monsanto, the biggest biotech seed companies in the world, also notorious for the manufacturing of Agent Orange, aspartame and DDT among other things. It has been decades since BT cotton approvals in India. Government reviews that BT cotton has neither increased developed for yield or used the pesticides used in the crops in cotton crops as claimed by the developers of the technology. It has been increasing the input cost, thereby fueling the already existing series in the cotton belt of the country. Thus, India really needs genetically modified food. Following BT cotton, the government tried to introduce BT brinjal towards the end of the 2009, but it was put on a identify moratorium warning to the serious concerns raised by the community, farmers, scientists, ecologists, academics, etc. While BT brinjal is still on hold, the companies are trying hard to get other GM crops commercialized. GM corn is one of the 71st corn to be genetically modified. It is the next regulatory pipeline of the GMOs and could be up for commercializing in India soon. The food is seen only logically that the safety of this food product, which is going to be consumed all across India. It is especially given that this product is the product of Monsanto, which given its dubious history cannot be taken at face value. Blessing our regulatory system cannot be wanting on many counts. The Indian government accepted the test done by the Monsanto on corn varieties from the fields of the US. The genetic makeup of the corn varieties in US will certainly be different. Also, the agroclimatic condition in India will not be same as here. It's impossible to know how the corn will respond in the Indian climate on Indian soil. There are innumerable gaps in Monsanto studies, and it's something the Indian regulatory system needs to be wary of. Today, India produces enough food for the entire nation and more. In fact, we have a buffer stocks of around 667 lakh tons, and which is 2.5 times greater than government's benchmark. Where's all this food going? This is the time to fix the current system and fill the gaps. This is the time the government accepts the bullet and that genetically modified food or any techno fixes raised by the government of the technology.
Dear listeners, we have just listened to few parts from the collection of National Science Day Competition 2013 for school students conducted by the community radio station of Pondicherry University, your Puduvai Vani 107.8 MHz in collaboration with Puducherry Council for Science and Technology. Now it's time for our weekly SMS contest. The question for this week is, what is called farmer's friend? I repeat once again. What is called farmer's friend? Send in your answer via SMS to the mobile number 94422092256 and win a cash prize of ₹100. Hurry up, just type in your answers and send in your SMS. Well, that's all for this week. We can listen to the continuation of this program next Saturday at the same time. This program was brought to you by Puduvai Vani 107.8 MHz in collaboration with Puducherry Council for Science and Technology from National Science Day Competition 2013 for school students.